Hi everyone. Yesterday I made a video about how I take my containers and space them out throughout the day. Today what I'd like to do is show you how I use that plan and kind of transition into planning out my meals and my food for the week. So what I do first is I kind of think about, what I'm in the mood to have that week. I have a couple different recipes that I go to. I also look at what I already have in my pantry, or maybe I have some leftovers from last week that I can use and incorporate into my meal plan for this week. So I also look at my calendar and see what plans my family has for the evening. So I used to just mainly focus on my breakfast and lunches for my meal plan, but I'm trying this year, as we head back to school, I'm trying to do more with making sure that I have dinners ready for my family and to help things go smoother in the evenings for us. So yesterday I thought about what I wanted to have and looked through my pantry, saw what I already had there, and I made up my store list. And so I wrote down a couple things I need, and then Kylie added a little hi on there. So I knew I needed more yogurt. I wanted pumpkin for my overnight oats, maple syrup I needed for the brownies that I wanted to make, and chickpeas for the brownies. I needed some more cocoa, and then I knew I wanted to get chicken so that I could cook the chicken for my lunches this week, and also I planned on having chicken for a dinner this week. I needed things for salad for my lunches, so I needed to get some lettuce and tomato for that. And then I pretty much decided what I was going to have for breakfast. I like to pick one or two things for breakfast, have that same thing throughout the week. Same thing for lunches. I like to pick one or two things and kind of go back and forth. If you try to pick too many different things and have this for lunch on Monday, this for lunch on Tuesday, this for lunch on Wednesday, you're going to end up with a lot of prep and needing a lot of ingredients. So try to keep it simple. You can always switch it up the following week, but the simpler you can make it, the better it's going to be for you. When I thought about the dinners that I needed this week with it being Labor Day weekend, Monday we're going to be home. I think we're going to be out by the pool, weather permitting. So we're going to cook on the grill. I'm going to get some turkey burgers for that. Tuesday night and Wednesday night, I have appointments both night. So fortunately, I had some meatballs in the freezer that I prepped couple of weeks ago. I'm going to have those with pasta on Tuesday night, and then I'm going to get some salmon for Wednesday night because that's something easy that my husband will put in the oven for me while I'm at my appointment, and it will be ready to go. Thursday night I'll be home, so I'm decided I'm going to make chicken with some honey mustard dressing, which is also the dressing that I'll be using on my salads at lunch. So that works out very nicely. This weekend I've got some crazy stuff going on. I've got grad class. So Friday night I will not be home for dinner. Saturday and Sunday I will not be home for lunches. So what I'm going to do just for this week for me, usually I do include Saturday and Sunday in my meal planning. This week that's going to be a little sketchy, but I think I'm going to plan out my dinner for Friday night and try to eat it at school Friday evening before I go to grad class. That way I don't have to stop at a fast food restaurant or something like that and worry about that. So that's my plan. After I make my grocery list and think about everything I need, then I'm going to start using the meal prep or the meal planning pages. And Amy already shared this with you. So here's an example of another one. This is very similar, but this one just shows you the different container counts for the different brackets up top here. So what I do then is I have a bunch of these all printed out here, and here is my one for Monday. And I had some blender muffins left over in the refrigerator, so I'm going to use those. I wrote that down over here and then put the container count over here. I am always going to have my Shakeology for my morning snack during the school week, so I put that in there. I'm going to have one of those salads with the chicken, and I found some feta cheese in my refrigerator, so I'm going to throw in half a blue of the cheese, and the dressing counts as one orange. Then for dinner, I wrote down my turkey burger, and I'm going to get some zucchini to do on the grill as well. So then I kind of looked at what was left over, and that's how I decided that I was going to have one hard-boiled egg and 6 almonds as my snack. I'm also throwing in my brownie there as my extra yellow. You can have a treat 3 times a week. So I just filled that in and tallied everything up. And then I have my containers down here. So then when I went to do Tuesday, I kind of already had, I'm going to have the blender muffins again, the Shakeology. This time I'm going to have chicken with rice. I had some leftover rice in the refrigerator and frozen green beans and my fruit. And I'm having the meatballs, and I'm going to make spaghetti squash for me. And I decided I wanted to have some cheese with that. So that's where I put in my blue for that. So when I looked at what was left over for my afternoon snack, I knew I could have 1 egg, and I'm going to have 5 carrots. And I'm going to have my peanut butter with my carrots there as well. Still missing half an orange there somewhere. So sometimes you'll find that it doesn't always come out quite perfectly. So I might take a tablespoon of that dressing and put that over top of the chicken and the rice and just get it in there. Or maybe I'll put 2 tablespoons of coconut in my Shakeology that morning. I don't know. I'll throw that in there somewhere. So I went through and did that for Monday through Friday. And like I said, usually I do Saturday and Sunday, but this week is a little off. So I went to Target yesterday. I picked up the chicken. I picked up those things that I needed. I could not get everything there, so I'm going to go to the grocery store again on Monday when I do all my shopping for the week. Maybe you can be more organized than I and go just once a week. I don't know. But for me, I usually end up going twice. So I came home. I got the chicken ready. I got my chicken ready for my lunches. I put that in the oven, spritzed it with some olive oil, put some seasoning on top, put that into bake. While that was baking, and I also threw in 2 chicken breasts with barbecue sauce for Steve's lunches for this week too. While that was baking, then that's when I made my brownies. So I got those ready. And then I also made my honey mustard dressing, which this is in the Fixate cookbook. If you don't have that cookbook, let your coach know because there's a lot of good recipes in there. So I mixed that up. And then I also prepared my overnight oats for my breakfast for the 3 days. And I also got my salads ready. So I had out my 5 bowls here. I put a 1.5 cups of lettuce in 3 of them, 1/2 cup of tomatoes in 3 of them. The other 2, I put a cup of green beans in each one, a yellow container of rice, and then I just waited for my chicken to get finished. When my chicken was finished, I cut it up. I filled up 5 red containers, so 1 red container in each of my lunch bowls, and there my lunches were prepped for the week. So I hope that gives you a good idea of how you can take the containers, take the planning sheet, take your recipes, put it all together. Again, if you have questions, please check with your coach. There are several meal plans uploaded in the file section in this group that can help you get started. Also, even if you're not doing Shift Shop, I recommend that you go onto Beachbody On Demand, into Shift Shop, into Program Materials, and check out the meal plans that he has in there. Because even though they're a little different, you can modify them if you're doing the 21-day fix plan or whatever. But it gives you an idea of how he follows pretty much the same meal plan for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then he has different meal plans for Tuesday and Thursday. He also has a shopping list. There's also a great recipe book in there with lots of good recipes that you can use even if you're not doing Shift Shop, because they have the portion count. So you can use those to help you plan your meals for the week. I hope this was helpful. I look forward to working with all of you guys. I'm going to follow this up with some pictures of some of the meals that I made this week so you can kind of see the work in progress. But I look forward to doing this challenge with you, and I know you guys are going to do awesome.